Welcome to another Partner CPRM video tutorial. Today we're going to walk you through the steps of setting up your first network survey, which we'll use later to capture your first relationship data set here. And that's really where we begin mapping and analyzing your network and your relationships. So your network survey is a really important step to get started with the capture process. So the first thing you're always going to want to make sure you do first is before you dig into the survey, make sure that you have members uploaded that you want to be respondents for that survey and that you want to add to that network. And then also you're going to want to make sure that you have added some questions that you want to ask each of those members, and that's where you're going to get a lot of the rich relationship data for exploration later on. I also recommend putting together a question group with the questions you intend to ask so that you can do a lot of the preparation work with your survey in advance, like getting the questions in the right order, adding skip logic to them if you're using that, and that sort of thing. Once you have that already, you are ready to set up your survey. So you can log into your account and use the navigation menu here on the left, clicking capture to open your captures. And here you're probably going to see a blank screen. I have some examples already created, but for you, you'll want to hit the capture button here to get started. In most cases, you'll be using a survey here on the left. A form is typically used when you are gathering data from other partner users. So that's typically in a situation where you're mapping relationships internally, like within an organization, across departments or across subteams. But everyone is sharing the same partner license, and you have multiple users. That's really what a form is for. In most cases, you want to be asking questions of those outside of your organization, and a survey lets you do that. So you can go ahead and hit next, and then we can give it a name, and I'm going to be real simple. Do make sure that you select something that you're okay with showing up publicly, as some of the templates, emails and instructions and things will use this name. So you kind of want it to be descriptive and certainly not embarrassing. You can edit that later though as well. Right below that, if you have network groups, if you've created a few of these now, you can add them together in groups. I don't have any here, and so we can skip that step. And then we'll be able to select the members we want to include in this network. So you have two ways to do this. You can go individually and select them, but you can also just add a whole group. And you'll see that if I select a group, it will auto-select those members here on the right. If you have a very large ecosystem with hundreds of members, it's also possible to use the search here to drill down and quickly find the members that you want. So we're going to choose everyone here. And then lastly, we'll choose the questions that we intend to send them. So same thing, I'm going to leave out the color question and add all of the others. So once you have that ready to go, you can hit complete. And it is good to know that all of those decisions are reversible or editable if you decide later on you want to do something else. The new network survey here will open right up, and you'll notice if you have multiple surveys, you can switch between them using the sub menu here that toggles open and shut. But to navigate within this network, you'll use the tabs and the navigation menu on the right here. The overview page just contains some general info like survey response rates here on the left, and a network map on the right. And of course, because we've only added these members and we haven't actually collected any relationship data yet, they're all disconnected. You can also export your data at any time here. Clicking the members page, a tab will open up a sort of a sub-members library here within the network. And it's really helpful when it comes to your survey response rates, because you can kind of drill down and quickly see who has engaged and who is not, and also access links to member profiles, surveys, and respondent profiles for each of those members. The question tab is where your actual survey is found. And so it'll add the actual questions in just as you have them. And so you can do edits here, but then you also get the option to change your submission message options and also your instructions and consent form here. So there's a lot of customization possible to get the exact kind of survey that you want. You do have the option to actually hide the consent system, although we do recommend it to make sure that you're talking to the person you think you are. And then lastly, we have the emails tab, which has your options for scheduling emails, sending them manually, and going through your settings. So to learn more about these options, though, you can check out some of the other video tutorials on getting questions ready, emails, and doing member management. So thank you again for joining us, and I hope you learned a lot in this video tutorial.